looks like it's that time of the day. Sun's going down, the crew's getting hungry, and I thought I'd treat them to one of my favourite camp meals. It's a Campfire Paella. We're going to start off with a couple of chorizos, sliced nice and thinly, and then we're going to brown them up. Just going to pop these in, let them brown up. Now we're onto the chicken. Now I'm going to use about 1.5 kilos to 2 kilos of chicken here, because the crew looks pretty hungry. So you're going to slice them up nice and thin, not too thick. You want bite-sized chunks. Right, so this chorizo, you only want it to sort of brown up. So I'm going to pop that to the side. I'll just spoon it out of here. Pop that to the side, and I'll start browning up this chicken. Pop a little bit of olive oil in there just to help that brown up. Stop it sticking too much. And while that's browning up, we'll get started on the onions. Slice them in half, just like that. So I'm just going to chop these up fairly thin, but you don't want to dice them. You want a bit of texture in there as well. All right, this onion's ready to go in. So I'm going to get rid of the chicken, pop this in with the chorizo, just like so. All right, that's going in like so. I've got most of it in the pot. And while that's going, it's time for the capsicum. I like to slice these up fairly big chunks. All right, so the onions and the capsicums nicely browned up. Now we've got some garlic. Now, normally I'd use fresh, but we're camping, so this stuff works pretty good too. I'll throw a bit of that in there. The next step is some rice. Here's some I bought earlier. Now the rule of thumb here is about 1 cup of rice for every 500 grams of chicken. So I'm gonna go 3 cups here and see how that looks. Just like that. Just gonna stir that in. We've got some smoked paprika. So you want to get enough paprika that it coats all of the rice. The next up, crushed tomatoes or diced. So 1 for every cup of rice or every 1/2 kilo of chicken. All right, all we've got to do now is add a bit of water. You don't want to put it all in at once. The idea is to basically let it simmer, let it absorb, then throw a bit more in. A bit of chicken stock. Okay, so the next one that I'm going to put in here is a bit of Worcestershire sauce. And that's going to sweeten it all up really nicely. Bring that to a nice boil or a simmer, and we'll chuck it on the coals. All right, so we'll just check this. It's been about probably 45 minutes to an hour. Good old claw hammer. It actually fits it perfectly, look at that. Oh, and that's spot on. I reckon it's about time we dish this up. Hey Leash, come have a taste of this. This is all yours. You're not allowed to say it tastes bad.
Oh well, in that case. Hot.
Bit hot? Not bad.
Good.
Not bad.
That is good.
Make sure, guys, if you want to see this recipe and all of our others, jump on the Off-Road Adventure Show website. You'll see them all there.